Hello, hello. This is Tiffany Wood. Today's pose is Astavakrasana. This is a level 1 arm balance, and yes, it's very challenging. There are certain aspects of this pose that will come easy to you, and you will be in an expression of this posture if you can get into the general shape of this posture. The final expression of this pose is to lift your hips up off the floor. And this is the part where a lot of people get stumped. So my advice here is recognize that even if your hips remain grounded today, you are in the pose. And you get to acknowledge that and give yourself kudos for that. And then that's why we call it a practice. So we'll keep showing up to practice this pose, and one day you'll find liftoff. The key actions to hold near and dear and to work in this pose are hug the midline. And Astavakrasana is the 8-pointed pose. So there are literally, I haven't counted, but 8 places of contact where your body needs to connect either to another body part or perhaps to the earth. So those midlines are super key. We'll take the first shape, and that will be a mirroring you. Your right leg ankle will cross the left leg ankle. Scoot your hips back, and now thread your left arm through. Place your hands like you would for Chaturanga Dandasana. And now vice grip your legs into your bicep, tricep. That's important. Holding that even as you lower. Now hug your elbows into midline and lift up your feet. The trick here is you've got to push down so much with this top thigh bone into the back of your arm. That's what gets the hips to lift up off the floor, in addition to the extension through your legs. I'll show it to you with no words. Here's your pose, Astavakrasana. You gotta hug this top leg so much down into the bicep that your hips rise. Here's a good drill if you want to practice hugging to midline. It's a version of Bakasana. So we'll take fingertips to the ground, knees go wide. Thread the backs of your triceps into your knees and then squeeze in. You see that action? Elbows squeeze, knees squeeze. Now you can keep your feet on the floor for starters, and you'll hug one knee to midline and then put it back. The trick to getting that knee to come off the arm into midline is what the other leg is doing. And that elbow and that knee have to hug to midline with so much fierceness. Here we go, second side. So my right arm now and my right knee are doing the work. If you want to do that in Bakasana, that's a great drill for Astavakrasana. We'll do Astavakrasana one more time. Second side. Bottom leg ankle crosses the top. So left leg's on bottom, but the left ankle is on top of the right. Thread your arm through. Hug your elbows to midline. And like you did in Bakasana with the one leg, squeeze in a lot. Squeeze in so much. And I'll press down through that top leg into the arm and stretch through the leg bones. Astavakrasana. There's another way to get there. Some people like it more, but it's a whole nother pose in and of itself. Oh, the practice of yoga. Here we go. Leg over your arm, and then there's a midline between your tricep and your hamstring. Press those two together. Hands like chaturanga. Slide your hips back as you push down, and that'll get your hips up off the floor. The straight leg comes across and hooks. You got to push the top leg down into your arm, and you come up. And here you go. The 8-pointed pose, Astavakrasana. Hug into all you are. And love that. Namaste.